From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 28th, 2017. The United Nations vote in favor of establishing the State of Israel celebrated its 70-year anniversary today. On November the 29th of 1947, the UN voted on Resolution 181, the partition vote, calling for two states in British Mandate Palestine, one for Jews, one for Arabs. The General Assembly voted 33 for partition, 13 against, and 10 abstentions. The Vice President of the United States joined ambassadors from across the globe today at the Queen's Museum of New York, which served as UN headquarters back in 1947, where they remembered and showed film of the landmark vote in an event hosted by Israel's mission to the UN and the World Jewish Congress. Vice President Pence was the keynote speaker at the gathering today, where he touched on a number of issues, including the president's wish to move the American embassy to Jerusalem. Pence said President Trump was examining when and how to make the move. Pence also stressed the staunch U.S. support of Israel in 1947 and today.
The United States of America was proud to support Resolution 181. We were proud to be the first nation in the world to recognize Israel's independence soon after. Now, to be clear, Israel needed no resolution to exist, for Israel's right to exist is self-evident and timeless. If the world knows nothing else, the world will know this: America stands with Israel. As we speak, President Donald Trump is actively considering when and how to move the American embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Pence, by the way, will visit Israel next month. Israeli ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, addressed the crowd, pledging that for the next 70 years and beyond, Israel will continue to be a beacon of democracy, a powerhouse of innovation, and a light unto the nations. Both Israeli President Reuven Rivlin and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke via satellite to the gathering. Prime Minister Netanyahu is currently in Kenya. Netanyahu's plane landed in Nairobi this morning for an official one-day visit. Before departing Israel, he had said that the purpose was to deepen Israel's ties with Africa, including by establishing connections with nations with which we do not have diplomatic relations. Netanyahu is also in Kenya in honor of the inauguration of its re-elected president, Uhuru Kenyatta. And from Kenya today, Netanyahu announced that Israel will open its first ever embassy in Rwanda. Netanyahu conveyed this directly to Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, one of 10 African leaders the prime minister met with in the Kenyan capital. A senior Egyptian official crossed into the Gaza Strip yesterday, reportedly to oversee the implementation of the Palestinian Unity Agreement. The Times of Israel reports that General Hammam Abu Zaid of Egyptian intelligence was accompanied by Egyptian Consul General in Ramallah Khalid Sami. They were welcomed in Gaza by Hamas officials. According to the Palestinian Authority, Abu Zaid is supposed to oversee the process of Hamas handing over responsibility for Gaza to the Palestinian Authority, the deadline for which is this Friday. Well, a man who planned on bombing a Jewish community center in Miami, Florida, was sentenced today to 25 years in prison. The Associated Press reports that 41-year-old James Medina pled guilty to a religious hate crime and attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction. Local authorities say Medina had plans to attack the Aventura Turnberry Jewish Center when he was arrested in April of 2016 after approaching the center with a fake bomb given to him by an undercover FBI informant. A ceremony was held Sunday in Poland honoring citizens of the country who risked their lives to save Jews during the Holocaust. Polish Prime Minister Beata Szydło joined Israeli officials, including Israel's Communications Minister Ayub Kara and Knesset member Hilik Bar, at an event organized by the organization From the Depths. Bar, who lost many family members during the Holocaust, said at the ceremony, "Courage is not merely a lack of fear. Courage can also be to fear and yet still do the right thing." That, he said, is what these righteous Poles did. The Simon Wiesenthal Center is looking for survivors of 2 murder sites during the Holocaust to give testimony against those who took part in the atrocities. The center is looking for survivors of the 1941 Babi Yar massacre, which took place in the Ukraine, to testify in the trial of 2 people found to have participated in the mass killing. German authorities arrested the 2 former Nazis after they were located by the Wiesenthal Center. And the center is also looking for survivors of the Stutthof concentration camp in Poland to testify against 2 men who served as guards there. As we reported to you, the 2 were arrested and indicted as accessories to murder earlier this month in Germany. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, November the 28th at 7 o'clock, highlights from the 2017 Zionist Organization of America Gala, featuring U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman, among others, with interviews by Mark Golub. That's from the Grand Hyatt Hotel in New York City. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Esther Waxman, mother of kidnapped and murdered Israeli soldier Nachshon Waxman, on L'chaim. At 10, former Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, Rabbi David Saperstein, discusses religious freedom at home and abroad from the AJC Westchester Fairfield at Larchmont Temple. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, the ILTV program Frenemies. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 28th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.